Dear students, welcome to YouTube channel of IMS Kanpur. Today we'll discuss the difference between percentage and percentile. बहुत सारे ऐसे student हैं who do not write CAT because they think to get 99 percentile in CAT they have to score 99% marks. So that's a big myth that prevails among lot of future CAT aspirants. तो अगर आप CAT लिख रहे हो या लिखने वाले हो तो let us try to make this difference very clear. So first let's understand what is percentage. Percentage means out of 100. For example, you are appearing for an exam and you get 40% marks out of 50. Then your percentage will happen. How you want to calculate your percentage? That is, you got 40 marks out of 50. So 40 divided by 50 multiplied by 100. So this becomes 80%. So the student has scored 80% marks in this exam. Now let's try to understand percentile. So if you talk about percentile, it's a point in a scale. So if I take a measurement scale and if I'm putting my finger on a particular point, then I want to see how many percentage cases are behind this particular point, right? So like if you talk about, it's a point in a measurement scale below which certain percentage of cases lie. So for example, so how do you calculate percentile is number of participants who scored less than that particular percent divided by total number of participants multiplied by 100. So for example, suppose let's take 2 lakh aspirants are writing CAT. And out of that, 1,90,000 people have scored below than, let's take one particular person, then his percentile will become 1,90,000 divided by 2 lakh into 100. So this percentile, you can calculate, it will become 95. So it means 95 percentile means 95% of the candidate has scored below that particular person. If someone is getting 99 percentile, it simply means 99% of the student have scored below him. Now, in the perspective of CAT, let us try to understand at what percentage, what percentile comes. So let's look at this particular table. Now, in this table, we have analyzed the CAT score for past 5 years, that is from CAT 2021 to CAT 2025. Now, observe this table. Now, I'm focusing first on 99 percentile. So in CAT 2021, the CAT paper was 198 marks, like total marks were 198, total 66 questions were there. Out of that, if somebody could score 97 marks, he got 99 percentile, which is roughly around 49 to 50%. If you just look at rough score, it is 50%. So by scoring 50% marks, one could get 99 percentile. And if you come to the recent CAT, that is in 2025, you can say the paper was of 204 marks. And out of 204, if someone could score 84 marks, that is around 41%. So by scoring 41%, one can get, let's take 99 percentile in CAT. Similarly, look at 95 percentile. So look at the bottom table where we have given the range. So like, in previous 5 years of CAT, if somebody has scored between 17 to 23%, his percentile was somewhere around 80. And if someone could score around 23 to 30% marks, I would just approximate it. Maybe if you are scoring 25% marks, then there's a good chance that you will get 90 percentile. And by scoring close to 30 to 33% marks, which means 1/4, 1/3, and 1/2. So if you can score 1/4 marks, that is 25%, you are close to 90 percentile. If you can score 1/3, you are close to 95 percentile, and you can score close to maybe 1/2, half, then you are almost more than 99 percentile. So, guys, if you are serious about CAT, that is why right strategy always helps to get 99 percentile, because you don't have to hit all the questions. You have to just choose right set of questions and do them. I'm sure you'll be able to come out with flying colors in CAT. If you want to know more such information, please subscribe our YouTube channel. Thank you and all the best.